The alarm clock screams and there's a cat right in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open, nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and brass and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the morning disaster show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster.
Oh, good morning. Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America. It is the Ray Lytle Morning Show. How you guys doing?
Good morning.
We are live on not on Facebook today. We're on YouTube. I couldn't get Facebook Live to I couldn't get Facebook Live to work. And yeah, so we're doing YouTube today.
Huh.
What's up with you? What's up with you, Nikki?
Not a lot.
Not a
Just
lot.
woke up.
Yeah. Woke up late today?
Oh, no, not late. I woke up when the alarm went off.
I don't know what time you're getting the alarm off.
Well,
I said, I don't know what time your alarm went off. That was the only comment I made, Nikki.
7:30.
The only comment I made, your alarm clock doesn't go off till
Oh,
7.
calm the fans down.
Your alarm clock doesn't go off till 7:30? Good Lord.
But
I mean, good Lord.
it used to be 7:45.
Oh, we cut it close, don't we? Good Lord. What's
I
going
couldn't
on?
fall asleep till 3 last night.
What's going on, people? We start the show. We start the show with what they're saying in the chat room. By the way, there's already people in the YouTube chat room, which is pretty cool, you know. But it starts with Jason saying, Ray, you might be picking up listeners soon. WYMG just announced Bob and Tom are starting Monday. Bob and Tom are still around?
Oh, gross.
Are they?
I thought one of them died.
Are they?
No.
Are
One of
they-
them left
I thought they were
the
old.
show.
One of them's not even on it anymore. Yeah. One of them is no longer on the show,
But they still call it Bob and Tom.
which is if I die, I want you guys to still call it Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. No,
Oh, that's fine. We'll do that.
Oh, okay.
it's bizarre. It's bizarre that they're still around. Yeah, good for them. I mean, good for them. They got to be in their 60s, 70s. I mean, maybe 70s. And I'm sure they're still funny. When you're funny, you're always funny. Like there's guys, there's guys in their 80s who are still funny.
I don't know if they're funny. It seems like forced laughter to me.
Well, I mean, funny. Yeah, it might not they might not have the same energy, but funny. I'm just saying there are people who are 90 years old that are funny.
Yeah.
But
And there's only so many times I can hear Orange Barrels.
Yeah. They said Bob and Tom are going to WYMG. Good Lord. They're going Monday, and then Lynch is going to afternoons. Well, good for him.
Huh.
I worked with Sean Lynch for a while. I liked him. He was a nice guy. And then that's what they're doing there. So, wow, I got to be honest. I didn't know Bob and Tom were still around. I had no clue. I had no clue that show was even still in existence. I had heard that I heard one of them left. I should probably I think I'm done with radio. I should probably try to pay attention more. I'll be darned.
I thought they were being played on another station anyway.
I don't know.
Local.
They used to be on WCVS back when they were a rock station. Now I think they're or when they were the Boss.
Right.
And then they ended up doing I don't know, they switched to like some 80s music or something.
It was just so many format changes.
Yeah. Now they're playing God knows what. I think they're literally, I know that my buddy the dog worked there and they fired him. So God knows what God knows, I don't even know what the format of this station is. How insane. So like radio makes another move, and I just think it's another bad one. I see Wes in the chat room saying another genius move by an FM program director. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make. It's a move, but it's a.
Well, it's either that or the program director starts their own show.
It just doesn't make sense. I got to be honest. Huh. I tell you, it's insane. And YMG's been top dog. Part of the reason is because they actually play music. They, you know what I mean? They play classic rock music. And now when you're going to put this show on, I imagine you'll be taking the music off.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Bob and Tom cost, but it's probably,
Can't be cheap.
No. I'll be darned. I don't get it. Well, good for them, I guess. It could be people who listen to that station could come over and
Listen to us.
they come over and listen to us. We'll take them. I'll take them. Why not? Except unless they're really gross. If they're really gross, I'm not interested. Like if they're upset today that if they're upset because of NASCAR banned Confederate flags, then I really don't want them, because I don't understand the controversy with that. Let me get it right. They don't put Confederate flags on the broadcast. Like Fox and and ESPN, the networks that have been showing the NASCAR, they have for years been not displaying any Confederate flags on television. All right. So from what I understand, the only time you see a Confederate flag is if you're in the stands at NASCAR. If you're in the stands, you will occasionally you'll occasionally see one there. So in other words, if you're just sitting at home in Springfield, Illinois, watching NASCAR, you never see a Confederate flag.
Right.
So why are so many people on Facebook going, I'm seeing posts like NASCAR's a bunch of pussies. I can't believe they're banning my Confederate flag. First off, what do you mean your Confederate flag? You live in Springfield, Illinois. We were part of the North, you dumbass. Why are you?
Oh, I know.
Why are you so?
They didn't tell them that it was part of the South for some reason.
Why are you so angry that that a former enemy combatant we're no longer allowed to display a flag? A private corporation has decided that they don't want people displaying a Confederate flag at their locations. Why are you so angry of it? Especially when you're from a state that was a member of the Union.
Was a part of the state that actually won the war.
Yes.
You were on the winning team, and you mad that you can't display a losing flag.
We're the ones that were considered American. You know, the country that you're so patriotic about that you don't want that black man kneeling on the flag. You're so patriotic unless it comes to your NASCAR. Then you're not so patriotic anymore.
Pick a flag.
Yeah. We don't display the Nazi flag because they lost.
Mm-mm.
We don't display the Union Jack because we won the Revolutionary War. I mean, for God's sakes, what the hell are you upset? Because they don't display the Confederate flag anymore? I'll be there. It's about time these Confederate statues and all that shit come down. I can't believe we've allowed them to stay up so long. We should have blown those up years ago. If somebody wanted to display a Robert E. Lee statue, we should have said, fuck you. You should have won the war. You could have displayed all you wanted if you won the war. You didn't. People are so stupid. Do you not study history?
You can keep those statues up. They just now have to be holding white flags to show that they actually lost.
So they surrendered. In all seriousness, a war that killed so many people.
If you want to preserve history, give them the white flag because they surrendered.
You're absolutely right, Nick. I'm telling you, it was a war that killed so many people. And it was a war that was driven by rich Southern plantation owners who conned a bunch of poor people into fighting for their side by telling them, we're fighting for the pride of the South. They didn't give a shit about the pride of the South. All they cared about was they wanted to keep their cheap labor.
Uh-huh.
So they conned a bunch of stupid ass poor people into going to war so that they could keep their slaves. Do you know how many plantation owners' children fought in the war? None. You weren't finding rich Southern families who actually owned the slaves. You weren't finding any of their children going to fight in the war. Hell no.
Or if they were like generals.
Yeah. They had Joe Bob, Jimmy Fuck out there fighting for them. So they didn't, I
come from a long line of Jimmy Fuck.
Yeah. There was Jimmy Fuck Jr., who would have fought, but he was busy shooting sheep. They conned a bunch of saps into going to fight for them by telling them it was your honor and your privilege as a Southerner to go fight for our country. And they decided the United States was too shitty a country. They decided that, and they said that their children weren't going to fight for it. We need to end the North's aggression. And they went and decided to declare a war with the United States. It was horrible. And people are upset because NASCAR is not going to allow their flags anymore. Screw you people. I can't believe this is even an issue.
It's going to be a huge issue.
The whole thing is just, it's shocking that anyone is concerned about this. But that was the biggest thing. Am I wrong, you guys? Is there something else on Facebook that got everybody going last night? I mean, was there
People
any?
are still pissed about Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam.
Oh
Still,
God damn it! They're still mad about a
And,
cartoon. They're mad about a cartoon.
and they pulled Gone with the Wind from HBO Max.
Oh yeah, that was a shitty movie. Anyway, so
Who
it
wants to
doesn't really
watch
matter.
that?
Not.
Who wants to watch
I
Gone
like
with
that
the Wind?
movie.
You know what? Those people are losers too. People who watch Gone with the Wind.
Hey,
I don't want you losers listening to the show either. There you go.
hey.
If you're
If I want
some
to watch a 4-hour boring movie, I'd watch The Lord of the Rings.
yes,
Oh my God.
if you're some horny old woman watching Gone with the Wind, wanting to watch Gone with the Wind all the time,
They pulled Gone with the Wind.
then I don't need you
They pulled
listening.
Gone with the Wind. Frankly, I don't give a damn.
I don't want you listening to this show anyway. That's all I'll say.
Oh, I know another thing that somebody was upset about yesterday.
What is it?
Somebody posted something about a poop transplant.
Oh, I saw you. I saw that you were upset about it. Did you see that, Nick?
No.
Well, Nick wasn't on the show yesterday, so you missed it. All during the show, I was teasing Nikki. Nikki said she had to get a procedure. She had to get a, what'd you get, an iron?
Has to get iron infusion.
She has to get iron infusion, right? So I kept saying all day, I kept saying Nikki was getting a poop transplant, which is when they take the poop from a healthy person.
Yeah.
And they literally shove it in the, they put it in the rectum of a person, of an unhealthy person. And that's an actual thing. So I was teasing Nikki all day about getting a poop transplant. She kept saying, I'm not getting a poop transplant.
You should hope to get a poop transplant.
Yeah, it would help you. It would help your gut.
No, it would not. My gut is fine.
The poop of healthy people, what they do is they take big mounds of it, and you basically have to sit on it. You sit on it. They take a plunger and they make you bend over, and
it's like a Play-Doh factory.
Yeah, they plunge in the good poop into your they stick it in your colon. They stick it up your rear end, and that gets it in your colon.
Gross.
And then they want you to hold it in there for a while so you don't poop it out.
It's like those long pool squirt guns. You know, the ones that you just push and the water comes out. That's what they use.
It's filled with poop.
Gross.
I want a healthy person's poop in my colon. Wouldn't you like who's really healthy? Like I would. LeBron James is getting old, but how about Giannis?
If Jack LaLanne was still alive.
How about Giannis Antetokounmpo? I would like Giannis Antetokounmpo's poop put into my colon. That would make me feel better and healthier.
That's not quite how it works.
Oh, that isn't how it works?
Uh-uh.
I was hoping that's what you had to go through.
No.
And let me ask you.
Keith Richards is still alive. He's got to have some healthy poop.
With your healthy poop. Nikki, would you be offended if it was from a man?
What?
Would you just want women's poop when you get
Do you want a man inside you?
What?
When you get this done, do you want a man?
I'm not getting anything done.
I'm asking, would you be offended if
Do you want a man inside your
What about you, Ray? Would you?
I wouldn't mind if it's man or woman, I don't care as long as it's healthy.
Well, that's my answer.
As long as it's healthy and not any Russian, I'll be fine. I don't want Russian poop in me. No, would you say I want only poop from a woman or only poop from a man?
Would you stop?
I'm just asking.
A day goes by.
I'm asking for you just once in your life to be honest.
Answer the question. Are you a man or women or both?
No.
Do you want transgender?
I'm not having this discussion.
Do you want transgender poop in you?
Stop it.
I'm just asking.
Transgender poop matters.
Ugh.
She doesn't want poop from any color inside her. Is this a race thing?
Stop.
Yeah, so I put it on Facebook.
So then you Yeah, you went on Facebook and posted that I needed prayers.
I say, let's all root for Nikki to get a successful poop transplant.
Shall we get some poop strong bracelets?
Well, Karen went into the and says, "Are you rock hard?" they were putting comments in to the post on Facebook, which I thought
you
was
don't want
funny.
you don't want rock hard poop. That hurts.
Well, that's the problem. That's why they need to replace it, because hers is rock hard.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. Wes is in the YouTube chat room saying, "Jizz has iron, nickel, zinc, and copper. If you're looking for a good blend." That's what semen has in it? Semen has iron, nickel, zinc.
Sounds like it also makes good coin.
And copper. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing that's in a nickel. Right? I mean, good Lord.
Here, honey, let me give you some change.
You're saying that you have a iron deficiency, Nikki? Oh. See, you were overdoing it back in the swinging days. When you stopped, you ended up getting a deficiency.
Is that what happened?
Now they have to load up your anus with healthy.
Oh my God. Not a day goes by. You are obsessed with poop.
I'm obsessed because I think this will make you healthy. You should, next time you're at the doctor, you should ask.
Why don't you ask?
Well, just ask your doctor if they'll put, you know.
Why don't you ask? Tell me you wanted some ball players.
What's your doctor's number?
I do. I would love like Mike Trout's poop. I'm just saying, I would love some.
Yeah.
I would love it. Please. In a heartbeat, I'd give me more.
Gross.
That's all I'm saying. Give me more.
Yuck.
Anyway, we are here. It's a Thursday. Now, I know that Doran, I woke up about 5:30 today, and I was wide awake. And then I went back to bed. I was like, screw it. I literally could sleep for another hour and a half. So now I'm yawning. And so I went back to bed. But while I was up, I checked Facebook and I saw that Doran was awake. She was awake on Facebook, and she was saying, she goes, "I'm wide awake at 5 o'clock." She goes, "I just hope I don't fall back asleep."
So is that what you think happened?
Oh, I'm positive that's what happened. 100%. There's no doubt in my mind that that's what happened to her.
I was up till 3.
What were you doing up till 3?
I couldn't sleep. I was like running around here cleaning.
What were you cleaning your house for?
Because I had nothing else to do. I had all this energy.
I'm just wondering, do you have is the state having someone come by today? What's going on that you
No. Only thing I got today is a cardiologist appointment.
So there's no one coming over to your house. Why are you so worried about cleaning it?
I wasn't worried about cleaning it. It was occupying my time.
You seem a little worried.
I'm not worried.
All right. Just trying to figure it all out. So what
figure yourself out.
Well, I'm just saying that you were so stressed about it. You're up at 3 o'clock in the morning cleaning. Nick, does it sound to me like she was stressed? Does it sound to you like she was stressed about it?
Seems like it.
Yeah. It seems like you're obviously
I mean, the last thing I want to do at 3 o'clock in the morning is clean.
Yeah.
Unless I have a reason to.
What kind of weirdos up at 3 o'clock in the morning cleaning?
This weirdo, that's who.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's something wrong with,
There's nothing wrong with me.
that doesn't sound normal. That sounds like, sounds like something.
Like, was a vacuum cleaner involved? Because that's a little noisy.
No, I can't vacuum. I live in an apartment.
Don't vacuum?
They don't.
I can vacuum during daytime hours.
Maybe that's why you are so concerned with.
What?
Maybe that's why you're so concerned.
What?
If you can't vacuum.
During the nighttime when people are sleeping.
Just wondering. I don't know what kind of issues you're having. I don't know what.
You are in a mood today.
I'm just trying to figure it all out.
You're just trying to start crap.
I'm just wondering. Wes says, is Nikki on meth? Hard poop caused from dehydration. Cleaning at odd hours. Yeah, I think he's on to something. I'm gonna put Wes on the show, so we can have that running commentary whenever you speak, Nikki.
Yeah, this is great.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Just
aggravate me some more.
I'm just stating.
You're just stating that you're trying to get me all riled up.
I'm not trying to rile you up at all.
Oh, okay.
I'm just wondering if you're having meth issues. That's it. Should Nick and I drive you over to some kind of rehab center? Should we drive you? Is it the Gateway Foundation? Is the
it's 2 blocks away. I can walk.
It's the rehabilitation. Isn't that the rehabilitation area?
So how
It's
convenient? It's only 3 blocks away.
Yeah. Need to take you there and get you checked out, get you fixed.
I am just fine.
How crazy. Yeah, people are freaking out because we're not on Facebook Live today. Listen, I don't know what was wrong with Facebook Live today, you guys. We had to broadcast on YouTube today because of that. So forgive me if it's throwing you off. Forgive me. We really hate when that happened too. I think I'm not sure what the cause is. I don't know if it's because
I'm missing the chat room.
I don't know. Well, there's a chat room on YouTube.
Well, you have to sign in with YouTube and everything to use it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I'll try to read as much.
Oh my God, typing.
Yeah. By the way, Jason says paranoia, anxiety. Pretty sure that's another symptom of meth use. Wes points out a lot of circumstantial evidence that you have going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Brent says we need to check your teeth.
My teeth are fine.
Well, that's what you say, but you're hiding them. We don't see you on cam. Now we know the reason why. You didn't want to show your meth teeth.
Whatever.
You just
I can't put Zoom on my phone. I can't hear. Whatever.
Seems convenient. That's all I'll say. Adam says, see how mad she's getting? It's meth. He's not wrong. I hear that it causes anger issues. I have heard that about meth. I hear a lot of rumbling.
You are pushing me over the edge, man.
I hear a lot of rumbling about what goes
She's on the edge. Do you hear that?
Yes, you're on the edge
Very
now.
edgy.
You poor thing. We're a little concerned with you.
Don't you have anything else to talk about?
I'm sorry, but I happen to think your meth use is important.
Oh my God.
We need you
We are a
healthy.
health-conscious show.
Yes. No.
You need to watch yourself.
This isn't Bob and Tom. This show actually cares about people. And we are concerned. We are concerned that you have a meth problem.
Well, I don't.
All right. Well.
I would never try that stuff in my. Bleh. Who was to go do whatever you do to take it, bathroom cleaner or whatever it is?
You what?
But who would want to go and smoke bathroom cleaner or whatever they do with it?
I don't know. What kind of weirdos would be into such a thing?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Isn't that what's in meth?
Um,
I don't even know what meth is. Do you smoke it? Do you snort it? What do you do with it?
meth has got, yeah, it's got. Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
No.
They made meth. It's anhydrous. Nick, do you remember anhydrous ammonia along with Sudafed or something, right?
Sudafed.
Yeah.
I remember because
yeah.
you can't buy Sudafed anymore.
Yeah, because the people were using it to make meth. By the way, who invented that? And couldn't
I
they?
don't know.
and-
That's what I'm saying.
And couldn't they have used their brains to invent something else? Instead, they
I don't
invent.
know.
Instead, they invent a drug to make you high.
Let's sprinkle a little bit of this in there, and
Yeah.
let's sprinkle a little bit. That's not quite right. We better add some battery acid.
Hey, there were trials and tribulations with Kraft macaroni and cheese, and it came out as a fine product. So it's just a trial and error.
I bet if you sniff that the powdered cheese, there has to be a pretty good
Oh,
buzz.
you'll see things.
There has to be a pretty good buzz from that.
You have orange nose.
Yeah.
You can ride the dragon on
Yeah.
Kraft.
Ride the dragon.
The macaroni and cheese
Yeah.
dragon.
You can ride the dragon. Oh, by the way, I talked about this yesterday, but Nick and I had a conversation about techno head Terry or whatever the guy that called.
Oh yeah.
And the whole thing was, I think I talked about this yesterday. The whole thing was, I was convinced that it was a bit, and Nick was saying he kind of thought it was a bit too, but he was hoping he was real.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Even if it is a bit, it was a great bit.
yeah, no, I agree. The guy who called was fantastic, but I'm unsure if it was real or if it was a guy doing a character. And I'm telling you, it sounded like the kind of character that I would have intern Rich do back on the, back in around 2000 on the old Morning Disaster show. That's something that I would have Rich do. Is we would, if it would have been like it is now, where any schlub can get a show on the internet, I would have had Rich call those shows all the time. Just call and mess with him. And that's one of those characters. Hey, what kind of mic you using there? What did the guy ask me?
Hey, what kind of headphones you got there?
Yeah. He was asking him.
I think it was the accent and the great dry delivery of it.
Yeah.
That made it very convincing and great.
He sounded like a male Sarah Palin. And then the name of the town he gave was in Idaho, which is, I think that's where Sarah Palin was from, right? She's from Idaho before she moved and got married and stuff, went to Alaska. But she was from Idaho. And the accent was almost,
Wasn't the Unabomber from Idaho?
I don't know. I could see that techno head Terry guy being a Unabomber. He was
the manifesto.
He was hanging out with the Spunky Bunch.
Hey, you guys want to read my manifesto there?
Hey, what kind of mic stand you working with there?
Do you want to know what kind of paper I use?
It was crazy, but like I said, it was a great bit. But I think it was a bit, but Nick was saying that he hoped it was real.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully he'll call back again.
Yeah. The best part of his buddy didn't talk to him anymore ever since he found out something about him.
Right. At the very end when he's getting off.
Yes.
But he was hanging out with his crew.
And I couldn't remember, or I couldn't even imagine what the hell he was doing that his friend wouldn't talk to him anymore.
Maybe it was meth.
And I imagine it had something to do with having sex with some sort of equipment.
Potato.
And the circle.
Idaho potato.
The circle jerk. Where Techno Head Terry was finishing first and third. We did get into that, yeah. Oh God. All right. So they're coming out with some COVID stuff. When spreading COVID, guys, a hug is safer than shaking hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, who didn't know that? I mean, that makes sense because hugs.
Instead of getting germs on your hands, you're just getting germs all over your body.
Well, listen, but a hug, I mean, it's
But it
very,
also depends on where your face goes.
it's, for example, the only person that I hug naked would be my wife. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, you're not living then.
she's the only person I want to hug naked. I don't want to hug anyone else when they're naked and when I'm naked.
He hugs his dog when he's naked.
I don't want to hug anyone outside my wife.
His dog.
So I'm saying that it would make sense because your hands are naked when you handshake with someone. I told you before, I'm not a fan of the handshake. I never have been.
I don't either because people have sweaty, nasty, slimy hands.
I've always thought of that as something I have to do, not something I want to do.
And no one can ever do it right. And it's either too soft or too hard of a handshake. There's no middle ground. Like, you can put a little pressure, but don't try to squeeze my hand off. And don't be so limp that you're afraid of me.
And I don't want someone deciding whether they want to hire me or someone deciding whether or not they want to do business with me based on if I grab their hand properly. It's just bizarre. Talk to me.
It's archaic.
Decide whether you like me or not, and don't make the decision based on a handshake.
So you want to hug people instead?
Well, no. I'm just no. I don't like hugs either. No, are you kidding? No.
Oh, you're hired if you have a good embrace.
But I'm saying that the hug is at least more safe than the handshake because the handshake is naked. Your hands are naked. Nikki.
I thought you were saying you wanted to naked hug people instead.
No. I'm saying I'm saying that that a handshake it seems less healthy than of course it's less healthy because it seems less healthy than a hug because
you don't know where that hand's been before they shook your hand.
Yes, and you're clothed when you're hugging someone. So, you know.
When you hug somebody, you can tell if they're rock hard.
Yeah. Are you rock hard? So I don't want someone giving me a job interview and determining whether or not you want to hire me simply because of a handshake. That's just archaic. That's bizarre. And Holly says, hell no, handshakes. I've seen too many public bathrooms without washing hands. Absolutely. Yeah. How many people go in to the restroom, grab their dirty units and pee, and then walk out of the restroom without washing themselves? Oh, it's like you're walking up and just grabbing people's Johnsons. Do you really want that on your hands? No. So I got to be honest. I've never, ever liked shaking hands. I'm sort of happy. I mean, I'm not happy COVID happened, but I'm sort of happy that it's at least
people are learning to wash their hands.
It's at least enlightened people to just how stupid a tradition the handshake is. That's what I'm saying. By the way, Brent just put in the chat room, YouTube chat room, he said, Ray, please Google Tech Head Terry. It looks like he calls a lot of YouTube shows. Nick, I hate to tell you. Looks like I'm right. So he says Tech Head Terry could be a bit.
Well, good on him though for making the round.
Yeah, it's a great. Is that? Now I want to Google him.
So are we blessed now that we actually got a phone call from him?
I don't know.
I think it's a sign of things to come.
What was the name?
Yeah.
What was it? Hey, what was the name of the guy? Who did he say didn't like him anymore?
His
I
friend.
can't remember.
What was the friend's name?
I don't think he said.
Yeah, no. He said his friend's name was Gully. Because
Oh,
you know,
something Goalie.
because I kept thinking
It was the first Mike Goalie or something like that.
I kept thinking, I'll say somebody Google that guy. Google the name of the guy. I kept thinking Gully, like in our friend from Liverpool. Our friend from Liverpool.
No, it was somebody's first name and then Goalie was
Yeah.
the second name.
Well, Gully from England is Alan Gulliver.
Well, yeah.
But
Not Goalie.
I know, but we call him Gully. And so I always, you know what I mean? I immediately thought of Gully, our bald friend from England. But he did say there was a guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy's name that he said, he goes, my friend so-and-so Gully won't talk to me anymore. I was going to say, somebody Google that name.
You need to go back and listen to it and see.
Oh, it sounds like a, now it's getting annoying if I've got to go and do all that stuff. But I got to tell you, now I'm a little concerned.
Why?
Well, it sounds like we're doing a research. I'm actually kind of proud of our research that's going on.
Why does that concern you?
Well, I'm hoping that we weren't the victims of some kind of prank or something. Gully. Googling Gully, I'm getting nothing.
YouTube Goalie search.
What was the guy's name? He said the guy's name. Brent says Techhead Terry is part of a channel called Not Even a Show. Not Even a Show. What is Not Even a Show?
The name of the show?
No, that's what I mean. I'd like to find out about that show.
Oh.
And a gully is try a Gulley. What day was it? That was Monday, right?
I believe so.
Or Tuesday, what he called. I can't remember. Perhaps it was Tuesday. Because now I want to check out Tuesday's show. And I just want to hear what he said. Because he said the guy's name. Somebody who has the app should go to Tuesday's show and find it. Let's see. So hold on. Let me try to bring up Tuesday's show and see if I can find it. Now I'm concerned. Because I got a mystery going, you guys. So you see, I have a reason to be. What was the date? Was that the 8th or the 9th? Or what was the date Tuesday?
Today's the 11th, I believe.
Today's the 11th, so yesterday 10th. So that would have been the 9th.
It'll be the 9th.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. I hated hitting it. Hey, why did you put a picture up of you guys having child labor happening at Recon Tech? That's what I was talking to Derek. Get a new chair. Who knows?
I could tell you what coaxial cable you should use.
Nick making fun of him. Maybe Terry will want to buy a. Actively been pursuing. We've only gone after people that have asked. We haven't actively been pursuing and do one for Jimmy John's. Can we put up a picture of like Terry the tech guy? So this would have been would have been after the call, right? So we're talking about him. So.
Yeah, that was after the call.
Oh.
Let me call. What was it? I was calling Derek from Recon.
Great.
I wonder if Terry found us on.
First.
Maybe it was in Idaho. That's what we're talking about. I have no. So it has to be previous to that because we're talking about him. So no idea.
It was a Mr. Microphone. He had a radio.
Hey, who's that disembodied voice talking?
Oh, that's Tech Kid Terry right there. Okay. Well, that's Nick.
Hey, Nick, what kind of mic y'all working
How's it going there?
Are you into studio
What's
equipment?
Well, I am a bit of a tech head. Thank you for asking. They call me Tech Head Terry, and here comes the song.
Well, listen, Tech Head Terry. Well, any advice you have, by all means, send me a message. We'd love to.
You got really good vibes. Are you on? Do you do this show regularly?
Every day, yeah.
Every morning.
Oh man, I need a new good best friend because my friend Tom Gully found out about some stuff, and then
Tom Gully. All right, somebody Google Tom Gully. All right, Tom Gully Radio. Oh, this guy Tom Gully looks.
Found it.
This guy looks like a winner.
Tom Gully show.
Yeah, we found Tom Gully.
Found it immediately. 1,000 people like his page.
Tom Gully radio show.
I feel like we're in the movie National Treasure.
Yeah, we actually found it. We found it. So Tom, I mean, no offense to Tom Gully, but he looks like
the Goonies of podcasts.
He looks like a jackass. I mean, I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy, but he just right from the start, he kind of looks like a jackass. So
he's from the United Kingdom. It's a UK show.
It's on
Sonic Asylum Radio.
The one I'm looking at is a guy with black hair.
Black hair and glasses and a blue shirt.
And he's featured on something called, it says Arizona. It's on something called Good.
It says UK Lockdown Special.
Well, it doesn't mean he's in the UK.
Well, I'm just telling you what I'm reading.
No, it says he's from Arizona. The thing I'm reading. Of course.
There's a Tom Gully show with that picture. Then there's SonicAsylumRadio.com with that picture. Then there's Good Talk Radio Station with that picture.
Is there more than one? Oh, even.
Yep.
This is insane. Yeah, so Tom Gully show is on something called, Good Talk Radio or whatever.
Yep. Sonic Asylum.
I don't know what Sonic Asylum sounds. Sonic Asylum and Good Talk Radio sound like two different things. Wouldn't you think?
They are two different things, but they're the same guy.
Oh. Well, I'm saying that they sound like opposing things.
Why are you arguing with me? I'm just giving you some
listen,
messenger.
I'm just trying to
calm down there, meth head.
Yeah.
Hey.
Skip, sorry.
Your meth is starting to overcome you. So, boy, I'm just saying this Tom Gully looks like a boob. Now I want to listen.
Maybe that's why Tech Ed with Terry was so upset.
Now I want to listen to some of the show because it can't be. It just can't be.
What day did we decide it was that he?
It can't be good. We're gonna listen to some of the Tom Gully show. It just cannot possibly be good.
Like a social airplane, and you know that he's not winning, not until you know his name. Soon he'll be far away, and we'll have to run this race as long as we should never underestimate someone who knows his place, unlike Tom Gully. Ooh, such a airplane is Tom Gully. Ooh.
Oh, there's a theme song.
Is this there?
Oh
is that
my
a theme
goodness.
song?
Yeah, that's the theme song.
Oh no.
Highly distorted.
What is your motto here? Boys, inform on your classmates.
It's got some big long intro.
And of course, hygiene, which is so important during this coronavirus pandemic. Yeah. Trolls are welcome to call in. All you got to do is look at the bottom of the screen. If you're watching us, 817-522-3948. Or if you happen to be listening, that number once again, 817-522-3948. You want to talk about hard to find stories. It's hard to find stories when every single story is about coronavirus, which I've tried to make funny. Oh, wait, fanfare, musical fanfare. Here you go.
I'm already bored to death. Literally, I've listened to 12 seconds and I'm bored to death.
I think that's your guy. I think that's Tech Head Terry.
You think that's the same guy?
It sounded.
I think that's his
sounded
voice.
like him.
Oh, this guy sounds incredibly boring. I gotta be honest. It sounds incredibly boring. But I'm starting to formulate a theory.
You've been punked.
Yeah, I
Maybe
definitely
Tom Gully's kind of like Phil Henry, where he does all the voices.
No, I think that Tom Gully is I'm formulating an opinion, but
He's a troll.
no, I think Tom Gully's real. I imagine that Tom Gully gets trolled a lot. Is what I'm thinking. Look, Tom Gully he's sitting in a chair. He's got a clock that has his own name on it. He's got a picture of.
Oh, that's what you need.
He's got a. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't need a clock with my name on it. He has a picture of the Catwoman from the Batman TV series, Lee Merriweather,
Julie Newmar.
or whichever one she was, Julie Newmar,
Yeah, if it's not Julie Newmar.
standing up. It's a picture behind him. All right. And he looks like a guy that does oldies radio. But he's kind of I don't want to judge because I don't know him, but he looks like kind of like a nerdy guy. You know what I mean?
Eric Harrison says, how about when the
looks like a
Dolphins are
50s.
actually a good team? Brandon
looks like
Bryan
a
says, when
50s nerd.
Tom
I'm hearing a lot of uhs.
has close physical relations with a girl, but he didn't say it like that. Sandy Budak has joined us from the Purple Hippie Dragon Dreamcatcher Company. Check that out on Facebook. Wabo says, stand a better chance with the Dolphins than with the Falcons. And the Dolphins have actually won Super Bowl. So
Yeah, it sounds really boring. And so I bet he does a show that he gets trolled a lot. There's another, I'm hearing a lot of ums. And I'm someone that does a lot of ums.
okay, 7 touchdowns in one game.
Yeah, so here's my theory. This guy does the show.
I went home first and then went to the place. And so I was dry of mouth.
All right, I'm thinking that this guy does a show. Stay with me. Tech Head Terry calls this guy's show and trolls him. The guy might have banned him or something. So when he said Tom Gully was a friend of mine, but he's not, this is what he was talking about. So I'm wondering now, what was the name of the show that Brent said he said there's a show. He said there's a show that has the character on it. So I'm thinking that show called Tom Gully, and I think they probably called us. They call internet shows. And I think that we got on their radar. That's what I think.
That's a good thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. I'm not.
That we got on the radar of somebody who does a show from where?
Yeah, these guys that it sounds like they play pranks. I don't mind being anybody playing a prank, but it just shows that this is that it's now he's got me doing the ums. It just shows that this guy's a bit, and he's not real. I'm sorry, Nick.
It's okay.
But I slept better thinking that Techhead Terry was real. You know? And TJ's asking if this is the same guy that I called and when I said Sean Boleyn made a car that was running on garbage. No, I don't think it's the same guy. No. Because that guy was out of St. Louis. Because I did do something like this when I called people. Do you remember that, Nikki, when I called and told them that my friend Sean Boleyn created a car that ran on garbage? So
I don't remember it.
yeah.
But...
So the bad news is
not real.
Not real. So Brent is obviously. Brent says Tom Gully is not Techhead Terry. Techhead Terry has mentioned Tom Gully in a number of episodes. So what Brent is just going and listening to Techhead Terry episode. Detective Brent has already figured everything out.
He is detective.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, he's saying the same
Brent's
thing.
On it.
Brent's saying the same thing I said, which is Techhead Terry calls into a lot of shows, and Tom Gully's just one of the shows he's called into. So he called Tom Gully, and the guy got mad at him, and that's what he was saying. He doesn't want to be my friend anymore. There you go. So we figured it out. So it's a bit.
It's pretty funny, actually.
It's a good bit. Techhead Terry is a great character. And we have done our detective work. Very good. Very good. Our detective work has already figured everything out. Leave it to by the way, leave it to our listeners.
Leave it to Brent.
Yeah, the listener, but a lot of them were involved in this. Brent says the about on the YouTube page for the not even a show says that it's hosted by a comedian called Chris James. Well, Chris James, well done, my friend.
Does it say where he's from?
I think Arizona. Brent's a pretty good private investigator, pretty good PI work, Brent. Pretty good. I'm very impressed. Impressed with your work, my friend. All right. Let me get to more of my stuff that I want to get done. I had a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Let's do. According to a new study, Nikki.
Yes.
Playing hard to get really works when it comes to dating.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, they say it really works.
I'm saying it doesn't.
You're saying that in your experience, it was not something that worked.
No.
They say when it comes to dating, playing hard to get is what really works. The researchers say it makes you seem more in demand and more appealing.
That works.
But you have to
Being
be
in demand.
you have to be careful not to take it too far, where you come off as arrogant and the other person loses interest. I'm telling you, when I got my wife, I did not play hard to get.
Right.
I was, if anything, I was the opposite. So I called her like every night and told her that I just kept saying, if you go out with me just once, you'll change your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You'll change your opinion of me. But sure enough, she went out with me just once and she changed her opinion of me.
Right.
I love my wife after the first date. I think I've said that before.
Yeah.
I literally, if she would have told me I had to marry her, I would have immediately. I would have married her that first night.
Aw.
I'm serious. I was in love with her after the first date. So I don't know hard to get. I don't know if I've ever played hard to get. It's been a long time since I've dated. But I do know before my wife, I was busy all the time. And I do know that I really didn't have any I wasn't playing any game like that, but yet I didn't seem to have any kind of problem getting dates. Maybe it was because I came across as, what did they say? Maybe because I came across as more in demand and more appealing. So there might be something to that. But when I found my true love, I didn't.
Did you have him coming out of the woodwork then?
Yes.
When you found somebody?
Yes. In fact, the best streak I was ever on, I had to stop when I met my wife. In all seriousness.
Yeah.
I was living in Texas. My roommate was Joel. You know, the guy that comes into the chat room every once in a while. Joel from Texas. That was my roommate. And then John Lamb came, and Lambo also was my roommate for like the last month or so when he came to town. But I was going out all the time and hooking up with a different woman like every night.
Right.
But I'll be honest, it wasn't as appealing as it might seem.
Right.
Because it got old. It got old pretty quick because there has to be more to life than just sleeping with. There has to be more to life than just sleeping with people or just having sex. I like conversation. I like getting to know people. I like sharing things with people. And so when I met my wife, I was like, I want to get to know her more. It was more than just having sex with her. It was more than just having sex with her. It was about, I want to know this person and really,
Mm-hmm.
So, but here's the thing is I was going through the hottest streak of my life when I met her.
Figures.
Yeah.
When it rains, it pours.
Because it was every time we went out, I was hooking up with someone.
Feast or famine, pretty much.
Yeah. And then I met her, and it was like, I knew that she was the one, and it was like, now it's all going to come to an end. So I was happy. I was happy that I had met my, the love of my life.
Right.
But I was sad. I was sad because I was just like, if I could just get like another year of this,
Nope.
But no, it had to come to an end. Because it was obviously going to be a problem, It was obviously going to be a problem when at some point she was going to tell me You have to stop that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So I stopped it. But they're saying it works. Have you ever found this? I got to be honest. Maybe my wife was playing hard to get, because I called her like every night, and she was.
It sounds like it.
It was extremely, because she was so good looking, and I had seen her once, and she was really attractive. That's why I called her all the time. But then when I called her, she talked to me, and the more I talked to her, the more I was like, I really want to get to know this person, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yet she wouldn't accept any dates. Like I said, well, why don't we go do this? And she would go, no. And I almost became obsessed with trying to get her to go out with me. So maybe she was the one playing hard to get. If that's the case, if that was the case, then it worked for her.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt deeply in love.
Aww.
So this new study says that it works. So the right approach is play semi-hard to get, be approachable, but don't reveal too much too soon. You need to eventually.
That's probably my problem. When I like somebody, I divulge everything.
Yeah, I bet you go all in, don't you?
Yeah, I go all in.
I mean, you can't even.
And they stay for a little bit, and then they leave.
You can't even keep from telling people on the radio that you're getting someone else's poop put inside your body. I imagine.
Oh, would you stop? I am not.
I imagine it's pretty hard for you to not reveal everything, to not reveal every single little thing to the people that you're hooking up with.
Pretty much.
Of course, when I give you dating advice, or when I talk to you about dating advice, you have to remember that I was 20 years old.
Uh-huh.
You
don't know what it's like to date at 47,
yeah,
so I'm not listening to you.
I couldn't imagine if I was single today how hard it would be.
Oh, you don't even know where to go meet people.
Well, Nick, how? Well, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. As a guy, we do things differently.
Yes.
Imagine being single now at your age.
Impossible.
Like I go to give Sean Boleyn advice sometimes, and I think, what the hell do I know? I was 20 years old when I was single, you know.
It was a lot easier back then because everybody was single.
He's 50-something. I'm sure he's got sleep apnea and shit stains in his underwear. I mean, I don't know how appealing. I don't know how appealing he is for women. I could not imagine.
Would you end up using a dating app or anything?
Would I? No.
You think?
No.
How else would you meet people?
I don't know. I've never thought about it I'm never going to be single. I never have thought about it. I guess, I don't know, just people I know. Or I imagine people would tell me, hey, I've got this friend I want you to meet.
That doesn't happen.
Maybe for you.
That doesn't happen the older you get because they have less single friends.
Well, I'm saying that I'm at the age where
I don't know, with divorce rate though.
Yeah,
like you have now more recently divorced or been divorced for a while.
I mean, I might have to become somebody's stepdad, but I don't think it would be I don't think it would be too hard, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that's
it's a lot harder than I think you think it is.
Oh, I'm sure it's. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be single. I would hate to be single. But it's because
especially during coronavirus time.
The worst part,
even more fun.
The worst part about single for me is that my wife would no longer be around. That would be horrible for me. Because I am
hypothetically speaking.
I am still in love with this woman, so that would be traumatic for me. And by the way, if we had some kind of big knockdown drag out and it became single, I doubt my daughter would want to talk to me.
Aw.
Yeah, I mean, because if she had to choose, what would you choose?
I always choose the mama.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, everybody. My daughter probably wouldn't talk to me because I would have to fuck up pretty big to lose my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I've always lived my life saying, don't fuck up. That's that's been a rule of
Right.
mine, to not screw things up. So I don't end up single and not having her in my life. But if hypothetically, if it happened, I honestly don't know. They're in the chat room. They're saying eHarmony. They're saying
I'm
eHarmony.
not sure about the online dating thing.
Brent says he met his wife on eHarmony.
My sister and my niece both met their husbands on online dating.
Wes says hearing about a meth habit and poop problems is scary for a lot of guys.
Oh my God. Thanks, Ray.
Or it could be an awesome adventure.
Yeah. They're saying good things about eHarmony. What's eHarmony?
I don't know, but you got to pay, I think.
We went to Sean Balint and I got accounts on Hot or Not or something. But it was just to rate. It was very cruel. It was
22 years old all over again.
Yeah, it was just to rate people on whether they were attractive or not. And by the way, every single person I thought was unattractive, but I didn't realize it was a dating app when I went on. It turned out
it wasn't a dating app at first.
Oh,
no.
okay.
It was
What
just
did
a
it turn
website.
into? A Tinder?
It probably turned into a dating app. But
I signed.
it was just a site.
But I got the app, so I could basically judge people, which is something that I really love to judge people.
No.
Yeah, I know it's a shock, but I did it. But then ever since then, I've been getting emails from, you name it. I get emails from all kinds of dating stuff because I was on that freaking Hot or Not. So I'm telling you, Nick, it's a date. It doesn't look like a dating app, but it's become one.
I'm sure it's evolved to that.
Yeah. And then they send you have to give information when you sign up on it, and you just think, well, I'll just give some information. And then you start getting the emails that just won't stop from
everything that goes in your spam folder.
Yeah. And I could tell you, and I could actually give you
hot singles in your area.
I could tell you I probably got some right now. Match. I get it from Match. I don't know if the same company owns Hot or Not, but I get stuff from Match all the time. And I opened up the Match email that they sent. You will not believe this.
Mom.
It says, do any of these users interest you? And I shouldn't show this picture, but it says, do any of these users interest you? And that's the picture they sent. They sent a picture of some woman. I'm not going to say anything bad about the woman. She seems like, I'm sure she's a nice woman, but it's just a name and then a picture. And the woman looks rough.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see it? She looks like she's had a rough. She looks like she's had a rough go of it. That's all I'll say. So I don't know. I don't want to.
That's a woman who'll cook you a nice TV dinner.
Yeah, I don't want to insult this poor woman who just put an ad up on this website. I certainly don't want to do that, but it is funny. Wes says, Ray, you would definitely use a dating app because it's not taboo anymore. I just don't ever see me. I would never be single. You know. But that's, you know. My wife might come to me tomorrow and say, I'm over your shit. You're single. I don't know what I do. I got to be honest. I never think of it. I don't know what I do. I mean, I've known my wife for a long time. I would think I'd know that was coming, right? Wouldn't you think so?
Well, yeah.
Right?
You'd want to hope.
Yeah, because there's no part of me that that would think that, you know, there's some kind of breakup coming that I don't know about, because I would think I would know about it.
I think everybody knows when they're about to get dumped.
Yeah. But I would be the
and
one.
If you don't, then you haven't been really paying attention.
I would be the one who would say something.
Yeah.
I would say, hey, what's going on? I would think, but I don't know. So they're in the chat room. They're saying that they think that I would use an online app. Nick, do you think I'd use an online app?
No, I don't think you would.
You know, I mean, I guess the popular answer would be, I don't want to date anyone. I don't want to date anyone.
You seem like more of the person who would actually be looking for someone when you went out somewhere.
You think that I would? Huh? Yeah, I just don't know if I ever go out. I mean, I never go out
on those rare occasions that you would go out.
I never go out. So you think if I was single that I would go out?
I think you would prefer to meet someone face to face than through an app.
Let me talk to someone who's experienced being single in his 50s. And he gets all the ladies. Sean Balint, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, that may be the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Hey, Sean,
because I'm in a picture with an. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
Do you think if I became single, would I use a dating app? That's somehow what we got into.
Yeah, I don't. Gosh, maybe on a limited basis, but I think you're a close the deal in person kind of guy.
You think that I would? Yeah. Nick says he thinks I'd go out. I'd go out.
Yeah, I think he's pretty. I mean, you might use it for an intel, but I would see you pretty much as a guy who wants to see things as they are, and you've got a pretty good read on those things. I have no radar. I think you've got great radar, and you also make your own radar.
In the chat room, they're saying, how fast after your wife leaves you, Ray, would Sean Balint be calling her? If my wife left me, would you call and ask her out?
No, you know what? There have been so many conversations like you talking about if you died, like it's just already kind of like I said. But you know, when somebody, I would be terrified of someone who's way too into my head.
Just can't answer the question.
Yeah, answer the question. If I died, how long would you wait to hit on my wife?
I just don't think I could. There are just some things. There are things you say and share with people because, well, they're That's my friend's wife, and it's just,
People say,
again, encyclopedia knowledge.
in the
I don't want anybody to know me that well.
in YouTube chat, they say, do you think Sean would insist Bella call him dad immediately? I do not foresee my wife dating Sean Boleyn after I'm dead.
No, I mean, again, she knows it entirely too much
No.
for that to even be a possibility, even if I were the last man on
I
Earth.
would see her being friends with you after I'm dead.
Oh, yeah. It's just,
If somehow assuming that
you can't know me.
If assuming that I would die before you. I mean,
Well, and let's face it. I mean, what am I going to have? 2 months after you're gone? I mean, that would be like hopping from one train to another train to, well, what am I going to do after that? And plus, I have no life insurance other than covering burial costs, so I'm not a good investment.
yeah, I would think that I would be surprised. Of course, if I was dead, it really wouldn't matter to me, but I would be surprised if that were to happen. But if I was single,
I mean, you've said things, you're ghost haunting people and all that. It's like,
oh,
who wants that?
If the afterlife exists, then I definitely haunt you. Which is why I believe that the afterlife doesn't exist. Because think about it. You'd have a lot more of that happening. If the afterlife actually exists, you don't think that some guy who died would haunt the person that's banging their wife? Come on.
You would think.
Yeah.
Plus, if there was an afterlife in that vein, you would have woken up to pot smoke at 3 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
And heard a chilling laugh.
The ghost of Jim the photographer would have visited me. Hey, super.
Like when I didn't take 4 phone calls the last week of his life because I thought it was somebody else's phone number. Hey, you didn't take my phone calls on my trade office. Yeah, Jack.
Well, the last call he made was he was trying to work that trade with either you or my brother Goose. The last one he made was him calling Goose going, you motherfucker. You take my trade off of you motherfucker.
Oh my God. I went to listen to my voicemails and it was that. It's kind of like, that's what it was. It was like, why aren't you taking my calls?
By the way,
am I not your friend anymore?
Optimus is in the chat room saying that he thinks the ex of his girlfriend is haunting him.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Oh.
And Fat Sexy
my
says,
girlfriend's haunting me and she's still alive.
And Fat Sexy says, wouldn't you be happy your wife finally found pleasure in the arms of Sean Boleyn?
Oh, shit.
I can tell you, I can tell you right now, if I died and my wife would not end up with Sean.
No,
I could honestly,
entirely too much knowledge there.
Yeah. He couldn't take care of her. She'd need someone. I would hope that my wife would
take care of myself.
I would hope she'd end up with someone that had money that could take care of her and my daughter.
I would too.
That's what I would hope.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I've been alone too long. I would be probably be an unsuitable partner for anybody.
In the chat room, they were saying that eHarmony. I mean, Brent got married. He says he met his wife on eHarmony, and people in the chat room were saying that they had success with eHarmony. Did you ever use that, Sean?
You know what? I'll tell you what. I understand they maybe have loosened up a little bit. They were really, they were really a little bit, I don't know, real picky. And then they didn't fit their formula. They feel like an outcast.
You're not ready to date yet. Or is that the one? like you fill everything out, and then at the end they like evaluate you, and if you're ready to go, they'll let you pay to go, and then at the end they're like, I think you need to be alone for a little bit or something like that, and they won't accept you.
Is that based on the weight?
It felt like Nazi Germany where they take the instruments and measure the shape of your head. Oh, you're not good enough. You're not good enough for a partner.
So it's like, and all it depends is if your height and weight. You fill out your height and weight, and they go, "Oh, you're not ready yet." So you think they're selectively choosing people based on?
I am Dr. Neil Clark Warren. You know, that was like 10 years ago, so maybe they looked it up. But there were a lot of things. It was almost like those work psychology tests. You know, those jobs where they have no idea if you'd be a good employee, but they try to trick you on those psychology questions. It's been a long time, but I kind of remember it being like that.
But you have been on there before, but you didn't have a good experience with it.
Yeah, it was too expensive, so I didn't.
Oh, it costs money. It costs a lot of money to be on eHarmony.
Yeah, and it at least did at the time. I think they've kind of slacked off a little bit. Too much competition.
Well, to answer the question, if I was suddenly single, I doubt. No, I doubt I would use any kind of online dating. I would probably reach out to people that I know or people that I have encountered through business. It would be a business thing. You know what I mean? If I was a single guy, I'd imagine that's what I'd do. I'd go after women that I had either come in contact with or had felt some kind of connection with and try to contact them. And TJ,
yeah, I just never was good at large dating anyway.
TJ says,
either I was set up with somebody or it was somebody who was a friend, and you know, as you're an adult, you get less and less of that friend opportunity.
Yeah. By the way, if my wife left me, I would be shattered. So I would, it would be a long time, I would imagine, you know, without dating for me. But when ready, I doubt it would be online. Unless, like, if someone sent you a message on Facebook or something, hey, I hear you're single, you know, but that's not really a dating app. They're saying eHarmony is $127 per month. So, God,
Are you kidding me?
That's what it costs per month.
Whoa,
that's a lot of money.
Wow, you got to be
After
committed
that, all you
for
have
that.
is nothing left. Yeah, well, you ought to be committed for that, paying that kind of money. After that, all you can afford is, hey, can I take you out for an ice cream cone? It's like some kind of 1950s high school date. You want to go out for a soap? We go to the soda fountain and share a soap.
Jason says Ray would have female fans of the show lining up to date him most likely. This isn't 20 years ago, Jason. Maybe 20 years ago, there would be female fans of the show that would date me, but it wouldn't happen now. I mean, no. I just.
And wouldn't that drive you nuts too? People felt like they knew you before they knew you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would be put off.
You know, like
I don't even get to know actual friends, or I don't even become friends with just friends with someone who got to know me through my broadcasting. You know, I couldn't imagine how screwed up I'd be over dating. I've never thought much about dating for 30 years because I've been with my wife.
Well, except for that, there was that 2-week period. Remember, it's like the Amish. You know, they have Rumspringa.
No, my wife has never given me. My wife has never given me any kind of timeline where I get to go out and do what I want.
Okay, it's right. Time to see if you can make it on your own, Ray.
TJ says dog food lady. TJ says dog food lady would start hitting on me immediately.
Oh man, you can work the yard sale every week.
I'd chop off my
parrot
wing.
salesman, right?
I'd chop off my wang. No, I don't.
So that at the yard sale.
Number one, I don't see myself using online dating, but number two, I don't see myself ever being single. I'm never going to find a woman as perfect as my wife. I mean, that lets me be me. I think that's important when you're with someone you love, that you get to be yourself, you know. I would hate to, you know. I mean, I see the look of disappointment for my wife all the time. I don't want to be responsible for causing that with someone else.
Oh man.
All right. So
it's like when we were on the network, and before I killed the Ray Lytle radio network, I thought, well, everybody from Springfield knows too much about me. Maybe I'll find a sucker in Peoria or Bloomington. That went by the wayside. 10 days.
Good old Shawty. So your dating now does not involve any kind of online apps. Where do you find your dates now, Sean?
I'll be honest, I've pretty much retired. I mean, someone's just
You're not
actively
looking?
No, you know what? I still got, I actually tried to see somebody from Decatur for a while, and I feel bad because I hurt her, and I just was not. It's it takes me 3 or 4 years after something, and that sounds crazy to people, but it's really hard for me to, for the conditions to just come together where I just have that. When I meet, I have that fearlessness, and there's the perfect storm, and I get together with someone and connect in a deep way. And then when it feels like it's just
Nikki, are you using online dating?
I'm on a couple of them, but I don't check them very often. And if somebody likes me, I ignore them. So not really.
Wait a minute. So
I just don't feel ready. Feel ready to try anything.
But where do you find? Because Nikki, you're going on dates all the time. Like, where do you find these people that want to go on dates?
I don't go on dates all the time.
Oh.
Who are you talking to?
Well, I thought I've known you for a while. You constantly have. You seem to constantly have people around.
I haven't gone on a date in. God, a couple of years.
It's been that long since you've dated.
I've hooked up. Huh?
Well, yeah, you're hooking up. I'm sorry. I thought having sex with someone was dating. Forgive me.
No.
So that's a totally different thing.
No, yeah.
Sean, you should do what Nikki does. You should just hook up with people then. At least get your rocks off. You need a girl like Nikki to call.
Been like 6 months.
You need a girl like Nikki to call you and are you rock hard? Have you come over?
You make it sound so sexy, right?
Pete says he'd never date any. Pete says I'd never date anyone with low enough standards to date me.
That is my problem. That is exactly my problem.
I think that's Sean's problem too. I think that Sean has a problem with. He's like, the people, when someone says they want to date him, I think his thing is like, what the hell's wrong with them that they want to date
That
me?
is exactly what I do.
Yep, I'm telling you.
Nobody's dateable.
That, and then when they, I think I said this yesterday, when they come in and they come in and invade your life, and they go right at your insecurities and prop them up and make you feel better and address the parts that make you feel like, I don't know if I'm a good fit for anybody. And then they put that to bed, and then you're hooked in and you buy in all the way. And then all of a sudden, they just all of a sudden pick you apart. I'm like, how did I get in this? How did I believe this?
I feel for you.
Because, I'll tell you, I had try to avoid speaking about I'm just going to talk about it mechanically. I had somebody come along in a real rock bottom place in life, and it was like a renaissance for me. And that was first, people said, well, you look happy for the first time in 20 years. I try to put that in perspective for people.
So the girl was at a rock bottom place in her life.
No, I was.
Oh,
well,
you
maybe
were.
she
Okay.
was too. You're looking for Sean Belen. But no, I was in a, just rock bottom, not happy with where my career was. I had my career stolen from me.
So you hooked up with someone. Did you like that? Was it a good deal or bad deal? Was she good or bad?
Oh, it was, set up by a friend, and it was just, it was like a rocket off the pad, It was just a great start. You felt alive again, and
so it was a good relationship.
And then all of a sudden, you're not the third wheel anymore, and then just all kinds of just kind of falls apart, and really, just not a fundamental understanding of, the fact that there are just a lot of things like, like I deal with the public. I can't be rude to the public.
I can.
I haven't been in a relationship in over a decade. I'm not just going to be, hitting on all cylinders.
I can be rude on air. I'm sure there are some Confederate flag fans who gave up on this show a few hours ago. Yeah.
Well, and I'll be honest, I kind of feel sorry for those guys because.
By the way,
you're the guy
in the chat room.
The guy who even over the flag has never been heard of.
Sean, in our chat room, people are suggesting that you have erectile dysfunction issues. I don't know. that what you have been saying today is code for you having erectile dysfunction issues.
Yeah, I can't discuss it because of being a wimp or anything else, but just because of other considerations, if you know what I mean.
I'm just saying, would you do you have some issues like that? And Nikki, say you got together with Sean. So you guys have known each other a long time.
Yeah, I really.
Maybe you guys hook up.
Oh, here we go.
And she and he and it's sex time, and he could not get as rock hard as you. We know that you insist on rock hard. And what if he can't get it? What if he can't get that way? Then what? Is it
Deal
over?
breaker.
It's a deal breaker. So you're saying for you, that's a deal breaker.
For me.
Sean, you ever experienced anything like that?
No, I really, like I said, other considerations, if you know what I mean. I can't really. Right. I just kind of have to.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
Well, just you might not have the problem. But I'm saying hypothetically.
If I were a free agent, I might discuss this more extensively. I'm not talking dating either.
Right. I'm just. In Nikki's case, if you're not rock hard, it's a deal breaker. It's a deal breaker.
Deal breaker.
Yeah.
Well, you everybody's got their standards, I mean, you got to know what makes you happy.
I know. I do know
you
this.
Can't wish and hope.
I know that if somehow I was single again, there would be standards that I would not break. I mean, if I was gonna date someone, you would have to be. I mean, there's a certain. I've been married to a beautiful woman for 30 years.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna have sex with some, some hog from the back of an alley. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have.
Right.
I would have standards.
And that's what I'm not saying the thing is a deal breaker to be mean.
No, you
have
saying
standards. Because I know what my standards are.
Yeah. You like a man that's going to please you sexually, and you cannot be pleased with some guy that can't get rock
Right.
hard erection. I appreciate your honesty. I think it's great.
I mean, it doesn't mean I can't be friends with them. It just means that I'm not gonna have a relationship with them.
Yeah. You guys hear that?
Oh, good God.
But that's the real problem.
I mean,
You know,
Bubba.
being morbidly obese and
I know Bubba.
been involved with women who are out of my league.
I think Bubba's in a relationship, but I mean, he might be looking, Nikki. Maybe he's wanting you to join that relationship, a throuple. He's wanting you to
No.
get in a relationship with him and his girlfriend. You guys can have a throuple. I bet Bubba
No.
can get it rock hard. I bet.
Do you see what time it is?
I bet Bubba gets it up rock hard, like concrete, man. I'm just putting that out there.
It's 10 till 10.
Bubba's Boners. Bubba's Boners and Wings, the new restaurant.
Hurry up.
Bubba's Boner and Wings. You come on by, Nikki.
It's time to wrap this up.
By the way, TJ says Sean already dropped the deal breaker on Nikki for the form of his dirty underwear on the floor. That's that happened 20 years ago. And now people are saying, Ray, you forgot to vote. Are you doing a show tomorrow? Well, I guess yeah, because I'll have to vote for Doran and Nick.
But I have a feeling it would just be me and you that show up.
Maybe. By the way, Bubba,
So you're forcing me to do a Friday show.
Bubba just said that his girlfriend said Nikki is more than welcome to join. So if you ever want to have a throuple, I think they would be willing to let
That's
you in.
okay. Not my thing.
Bubba's big boners. I bet you'd like that boner. So we're doing a show tomorrow, Nikki.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll expect you nice and early.
I'll be there on time.
Which means you're not gonna wake up till 7:50.
Maybe. It's a Friday.
You got it. I'll expect you tomorrow.
I will be there at 8.
Our detective work, listen, our private investigator Brent did good. Found out that Tech Head Terry is a character. That there's a YouTube show that we were part of. So that was kind of cool. And we are doing a show tomorrow. Yes, you guys, a show tomorrow, hopefully on Facebook Live. It was thank God for YouTube today. We were able to do the show, but we'll be back on Facebook Live tomorrow. I'm not sure what the problem was today. I'm sure I got to get all the updates, I'd imagine. And Sean, thank you for calling in and sharing with us your dating stories.
Yes, it's a grand failure, and it is. It's a mess. I mean, I've been alone for most of my adult life, and you know, and again, I don't know. It's a grand story of failure, and I'll be in a pathetic little urn. My ashes scattered next to my storage unit,
and
representing what my life was.
And Jason is saying
no sense of permanency.
Jason says he'd be happy to sit on the show, Ray, if he's needed. I should put Jason. I should put Jason on this. I ordered this thing from Amazon. I never order shit for myself. I ordered this thing from Amazon, a cord, an Ethernet cord, an Ethernet cable, to hook my laptop in. And I'll be damned, it came to Springfield, and the Springfield post office sent it to Chatham for some reason, and it got lost in some type of loop.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So I paid like $30, almost $30 for this cord from Amazon, and I ordered it last Thursday, a week ago, and they said it would be here Saturday because we have Prime. And here it is a week, and I still haven't found this cord. And we have tracking on it, and all it shows is every day it goes from Springfield back to Chatham, Springfield back to Chatham, and they have never brought it by our house. So
you
maybe
may have to go to the actual post office and pick it up.
Jason's a postman. Jason, check on that for me. It's probably
Because they've done that to me where they've just been, I want to say, too lazy to put it in my box.
Oh, they say the cord is in a time loop. I'm not even sure what that is. Is that an actual thing? Oh, maybe they're joking. It is. It's like it's what it's like. It just goes back and forth from Springfield to Chatham.
Right.
By the way, they say
Doesn't get off the truck.
what you're saying. Fat Sexy is saying, Ray, take off. If I take off the hiding of it, we could watch it in the Facebook app. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, Fat Sexy. Send me a message. I will gladly, if Facebook Live, if YouTube is going to work live on the show every day on Facebook, I'll just play it on Facebook. I would definitely do whatever I have to do. I've only used YouTube Live a handful of times. So it's simply a case of I don't know what I'm doing. So it says if there's a setting that I should take off and to get it to work. So if you let me know what I got to do, I'll do it. All right. All right. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for listening today, and thank you, Sean Bullitt, for giving us such a nice ending to the show.
Oh,
makes us all
absolutely. Anytime you need tales,
we all feel good about our own relationships when we hear Sean's story. And Nikki,
absolutely.
And Nikki, thank you for being excellent as always.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Go on out, folks. Plenty of space available. No worries about breaking social distancing rules.
Thanks, you guys. Good show.
You better wake up, sleepyhead, and get your fat butt out of bed. There's a man who got up at 4 a.m. just to play you Zeppelin and Pearl Jam. Raymond Lytle is his name. Some have called him just a bit insane. But you may find him a little idiotic. But his is the only morning show you can say has really got it. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. With Central Illinois' morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. Sean Bull and Scott, news and sports. Bodine's running down North Grand in his undershorts. Michelle will dwell on things colored pink and purple. They'll explain why Jim made a remake of that movie called The Black Hole. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. The Central Illinois morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8 o'clock for a Friday edition of Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. Those of you listening to just the audio only, you will hear a replay
in literally moments. Those of you watching the show on YouTube Live, we're going to wrap it up, but it'll be available for replay all day long. I want to thank you guys. I'm sorry there was Facebook problems today, but I'm very glad that YouTube is our secondary way to get you the show so we can at least put it out there. And I appreciate it. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hey, kids, what time is it?